there everyone, Silent Service here, back with another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts building ships for Brother Monro video. Now, we are as the Americans in 1910, and these are just a whole bunch of old designs that I had for something completely different in the past, and what you're going to see me do here is build him a couple of battleships using the Texas hulls and then some other ships as well, but starting off this way at least. Now, unlike the original Texas, this thing is going to only be 12-inch gunned. But my sort of idea with this ship is to give it some, like, sort of the layout that Utah had. This layout. Sort of go historical, semi-historical, semi-historical to the US Navy with this design. This won't be an overly fast ship, which I had set up as a sort of a quirk I'm doing with my American ships from the beginning, is that it's not that much of a fast ship, but it will, like, it will be able to do somewhat decent stuff, let's say. That's hydraulic, balanced, shaft 1, crop free, barbette free, anti-torpedo free. Like, I'm essential with my American ships sacrificing most stuff for protection, except for in blowing up. In blowing up, these things are going to be as explosive as I can make them. So they're slow and explodey. Stereoscopic. 15-inch belt, please. 5 fore and aft. 5 main deck. 3 on the fore and aft decks, please. 3 on the superstructure. 15 on the conning tower, thank you. Yep. Now we just need the secondaries, which are special for the Americans, as the Americans are the only ones I would use them for 5-inch. Oh yeah, there's this casemate gun which actually doesn't have that good of a fire arc, so I'm going to, for that reason, get rid of it, and for offset reasons I'm not using those forward ones. So, we've got the ship here. I now just need to watermark it with silent in front, S-I-L-E-N-T, and then that's the hardest spell, Utah, is it? I'll just keep it Montana. M-O-N-T-A-N-A. Right, Montana. Oh god, we're slightly overweight. Oh well, I can shave off range. The Americans are isolationists anyway, so it's not gonna really cause much problems. And then Dreadnought 3, where we then will build a much better ship using the American Pagoda Tower. Because why not? Why not make us resemble Japanese vessels? Now this thing is going to more copy If I can, anyway, it's going to more copy Texas, but no, I can't. I don't think I can, anyway. $20 knots will do. Large cage mast. This thing is massively four-way offsetted, so I shall fix that. Now secondary guns. 5-inch there, there, and there. There, 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 and there. Yep. Semi-auto turbine slurry set. 2 hydro. 1 semi-balance will be fine. Krupp, barbettes, torpedoes. Double bottom, anti-flooding, citadel, reinforce the bulkheads, stereoscopic, advanced, 14, I'll just leave it 14, it's still heavily protected for this era, seeing as the Iowas had about a similar armour to this. A ton. Okay. There you go. Now this thing will only have the name Dakota, and then done. That's Battleship Dakota completed. And now there is one final thing that needs to be done before we can move on. No, actually, I'm going to skip out on a battlecruiser for the Americans, in this era at least. Come on. Please, I beg. Work. Work, you stupid game. Thank you. What hell is it selected? It's one of the, I know for certain it's one of the Texas ones, but... Fuck you, stupid game! I hate it, the only way I get views is by playing you! Did I hear my phone? Let's go awful. Is that a figure of my imagination? I don't know, no one knows. Right. I'm going to resort to beam reduction to get this thing to fit everything I want on it. Minimalistic secondary tower fits everything. Secondary layout, perfect. We can't get a butt torpedo. As far back as this turret will go. Far back, oh, that's as far back as that will go. Is it? No, I think you can go there. And that gets me further back as well. So even though not much, it does include offset of whereabouts you place your turrets and their magazine stuff. That's great to know. Oil 1 geared turbines. On a forced boiler at 19 knots. Ah, fuck! I've just hit my ankle on something. Oh, agony on my end. No, gotta make sure this thing can flash fire to death if so desired. Ow, I'm in pain. Trust me, hitting your ankle against the bloody sharp edge of metal is not a great experience. I'll live, but it's bloody painful. I'm gonna quickly send something to Avocado to see if he wants to join. Hey, I'll add him on the Discord. If Discord would respond at Mad Admiral Avocado, if you're awake, I am live if you want to join. Ah. Oh. No. There we go. Now we may get an appearance from the Mad Admiral himself at some point. Yeah, leave that at Cordite 1 and Dunite, because that's the most explosive combination I can get right now. Even more explosiveness. Electrical turrets, even more explosiveness. Stereoscopic. Range. Armor's okay. There we go. That's Nebraska completed. S-I-L-E-N-T. Silent the Nebraska. Right. 1920, and then I've already done the 1920 ship, the battle cruiser Venta Cinco de Mayo with her 16-inch guns. All in glorious ABQ1, Q2, XY layout. God, this ship is great. I don't think it would be great enough to go up against the Victor Belenko and live, but it's still a great ship. For those of you clueless of the Victor Belenko, understandable. It was a creation that was made at the first episode of this series, actually, and sort of started my trend in this of building a whole bunch of super ships for each nation in the 1940s, but I'm just going through some stuff for the Americans in the 20s right now. So the Dreadnought 5 hull I'm not going to use because we've used stuff on those hulls already. This hull, I believe the Americans already had available to them in the game. Right, so my choice of tower here is going to be... it's going to be this thing. Go in place there. Good tower. Right. Now, I know we have 16-inch guns, so... as this is an American ship that's being built here, we must use... hold on a second. No. This is a lot better looking quad turret. Like, oh my, this is the best looking quad turrets I've seen in the game so far. Never mind, we're not going 16-inch, we're going 15-inch quads. Cage Mast gang murder me later for not using Cage Mast. And later as in 10 trillion years from now? Preferably? Four-way offset is a bloody pain. It's pain, suffering, and misery, suffering, and pain, suffering, and misery, and all combinations. Okay, geared 2 turbines, auxiliary electric 2, because I love making these things explodey as hell, and here's the thing as well. Usually in Rule the Waves campaigns, you wouldn't want to capture ships, but my thinking is in this campaign that the ships are being built for, Monro would probably want to capture ships because they're player made, so they're not going to suck as much as the AI vessels. In normal cases. But then think about it this way. If we give the ships a weakness, then it gives Monro incentive not to take ships, even though they're player designed and should be majority better than AI designs. Right. Triple hull. Turtle back. Fine then. All or nothing. Auto 1. Pickrick 3. Pickrick 3, Cordite 2. Electric 2. Stereo 5. RDF. Sonar 2. 15-inch main. 6-inch fore, 6-inch aft, 6-inch main. .5s there, inch there, 15 there, We're overweight. We're American. It's allowed. Okay, all jokes aside of the average American, right, we need to fix our overweightedness issue here. Right. Bulkheads. Where we're going, we don't need bulkheads. Silentatreo. Atero. Dominatus. Okay, I need to get the spell for Atero Dominatus. Right, silent Artero Dominatus, save the design, and then copy the design, and if the name is too long, I will know, but then also not lose the ship. Okay, the name wasn't too long. And move on another 5 years, even though I shouldn't really, but who cares? Not I. Oh bloody hell, this is a problem that has always plagued when I've done the copy design thing, but Terra Dominatos, Berlin is burning. Right, back to shared designs. Now, I'm done with the Americans. I'm not doing the Americans any longer. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the super battleships for the nations that still don't have super battleships on them. So, up to 1940, please. Please stand by while we uncrash, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. This is the first time in a while that Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts has crashed. And whenever a game crash happens on this channel, we have a procedure for it. Come on, you stupid thing, load. Well, we have a procedure for game crashes. As, very long time viewers remember, because we haven't had a game crash since leaving Ultimate Admiral. God, it's been a while since I played the musical composition that is only played whenever a game crashes and only the first 4 notes are known. Come on, Ultimate Admiral, load, please. Thank you. Yeah, for new viewers, that's the drill here whenever a game crashes, and I do actually have access to my instruments. My instruments of ear torture. We professionals call them guitars. Or bass guitars in some cases. But literally, if you look in the face cam, you can probably see my collection of instruments just there. Oh, well, UAD has come back up on your screens now, so I gotta reset the bloody face cam. Bloody hell. There we go. Cajo. Those are things from a different thing. That's things from a different thing. Oh, we're in 1910. Did I? Yes, I did put the Chokai as a design to Center Monro. For those of you who don't know, this is the Chokai. Yes. I know what you're thinking. How inefficient is that? Yes, yeah, I know it is. But I love it. I love it because it mixes two of my favorite components. That is cross-deck firing and Q turrets. Now I know Japan is a nation we've already got a super ship for in the form of Kaiju, which was kindly designed by Mad Admiral Avocado. Yeah, Avocado just has a special rank, just known as the Mad Admiral rank. Just carrying on a bit of a joke from, I believe, the French campaign, then on to the British campaign, and well, some British campaign or whatever, because I've done multiple all those campaigns. Right, so they've already got a super battle ship. Now, super battle cruiser could be something on this hull, with could be something on this hull. But then again, it doesn't really armor it that much. Something on this hull, or something on this hull. I'm gonna take this one because it's sort of the standard battlecruiser thing we all know and love already. Right. So, the guns we have available are 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-inch guns. Which caliber to use on this thing? Which caliber to use? We don't know what caliber to use! I know exactly what caliber to use. I know exactly because it's the tradition in my super ships. We use the quad of the biggest caliber we have available to us, which is, in this case, the 18s. If any of you have a problem with the ruling of using the biggest caliber of whatever gun we choose to use, please send your complaints to the person of complaints in my Discord server, who shall then disregard your complaint as someone complaining that Silence is taking control of his own channel rules again. Right. Enough just random stuff. Let's go back to actually making the super battle cruiser of the Japanese in this reality. Some more 18s are going to be required, but I'm going to do something unprecedented with the extra 18s. We're reintroducing cross-deck fire to the world, everyone. If you don't like it, if you don't like it, then, fuck off, you're gonna have to deal with it. Fuck off, deal with it, or, don't come back. Either one works. I'm gonna fit a funnel in somewhere. Yeah, I did not think about this when I initially started this. Not to worry, I can sort out funnel placements. This thing is just going to be insane on its offsets. You know what? We're going to be even more unconventional here. We're going back to the layout of the old... The layout of the old battlecruisers. The layout of the old battlecruisers, and then just fit everywhere else a whole bunch of 8-inch guns, because... Which everywhere else will just be there, because... They're needed for offset reasons. Right, now let's get everything engine-based completed. So, force those boilers and give me a speed of 36 knots, please. Diesel engines. Gas turbine. Okay. Geared turbines 2 at forced. It's literally the best we're going to get for this ship. 35. Again, this is literally the best we're going to get for this ship. You know what? I'll centerline them. Seeing as we've proven they just fit anyway, so I'll just centerline fit them. Centerline fit them that fixes any weight offset and also gives me another 8-inch placement. Thank you. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Auxiliary, steering. I know this thing needs to be as maneuverable as possible. For being a fat lady, but it needs to turn as quickly as possible, so unbalanced rudder works out well for us. TNT triple base, auto, electrical hydraulic, stereoscopic, generation free, radar, 11, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2, 2, 2. Who cares about the admirals? That's essentially our Japanese ships in a nutshell in this game for us, is who cares about our admirals. Hey, Scar! Okay. Could you take the tea bag out of it? I'll come and get it quickly. Row. There, the battlecruiser Totoro is completed, and I just remembered I got a tea downstairs, so I'll go and get it because I'm British and British people need their tea. It's un-British not to have tea. Isn't that right, Scarlett? It's un-British not to have tea. Say again? Right, I've returned with tea. And it's going to be very strong because the tea bag's been in there for like 40 minutes by this point. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very strong tea. Anyway. We're done with Totoro. Now, Japan as well, I'm going to build the 1940s cruisers because at least this one. At least this one, because we need to have our cruisers have the best torpedoes available to them, and that can be given by having them in torpedo casemates. Oh yeah, the Japanese cruiser towers are like this. This ship is going off of what I like aesthetically on these ships, so if anyone has any complaints about them, if anyone has any complaints about, oh, you're not doing the best stuff, or, oh, you're doing stuff that I don't like on this ship, well then, you can, go fuck off. Because you're not the one building these ships, you're not the one running this, Twitch channel, I am. And so I make all the decisions on what my ships are and aren't. Was that just my phone notification going off multiple... Yeah, that was my phone notification going off multiple times. I hate that when that happens. Okay. Good news, everyone. We're gonna be just fine on efficiency. Just fine, I tell you. Get a 37. Get it at 37 knots, and Mr. Torpedo Tube goes there. That gun still has good firing arcs, good. Mr. Torpedo Tube goes there. Mr. Torpedo Tube can't go in any sort of placement because of the freaking tower. The freaking tower goes there, and Mr. Torpedo Tube can't fit. Quad mounting won't fit. Triple mounting fits. Okay. It's still going to be something a little bit scary for the Monrovian Navy when it gets encountered by this thing, because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times that by 2 is 16. 16 times 4. God, do I still have my calculator here? Please tell me I do. Scarlett, do you have easy access to a calculator? Do you have easy access to a calculator? Never mind, I won't count the number of torpedoes on this thing then. I'll let one of the more maths genius of my viewers sort that out. Okay. Armor. Modern 2, barbette 3, anti-torpedo. What anti-torpedo? Okay. minor anti-torpedo stuff. Anti-flood, bulkhead reinforcements, TNT, electro-hydraulic turrets, auto-loading guns, coincidence rangefinder, generation, free radar, and 8.5, free inch. Wait, no, this is an all-or-nothing ship. This is an all-or-nothing ship that isn't a super ship, so 1.5 inch, then 6 inch on the decks, 1.5 fore and aft stuff. Conning tower, again, this is the Japanese in this reality. They get no such thing as conning tower. Um, 8-inch guns, 8 free 8s there, and Right, someone's calling me, Scarlet. Right, call from Dad. He was only just saying he's come back from watching football. Women's World Cup, I think he was watching. Bulkheads down, range down. Okay, 36 knots. This thing will take up the name ASO. And we're done with Japan on their super ship, so oh yeah, Spain and their super ship, more like shit-naught. Oh yeah, China with me giving them the overpowered Albedo. God, I love the Albedo. I loved the Albedo class when I had it. It was a great ship. Although that's got one less funnel than the actual Albedo. Oh yeah, then here we've got Oblivion, we've got the Ghost, which is a British super battlecruiser. With quad 18s. Essentially a lot better than what we previously did with the Japanese just then. Mainly because we could get this thing up to 82,000 tons. Now, I want one final capital ship off the Brits. One that's more sort of not overpowered, sort of like what I would call my sort of personal favourite of a design. So, still going to be a battlecruiser. Still going to be on the super battlecruiser hull. But we are going to be using 77,000 tons of displacement on this thing. And this thing will be given the name... I had a name for it, but then I've forgotten it already. What was I thinking? Yep. I'll just, what should I name it? I'll name it after myself. HMS Silent. Now, yes, I do hate we're limited by the Queen Anne's mansions, but... But it's at least, something we could use. Now, secondary guns are going to be twin 6-inch, as I prefer using twin 6-inch over 5-inch, but I just did 5-inch for the other designs to standardise the caliber stuff. Now, guns. Guns I would want to use for this thing. Again, as I explicitly mentioned already, this isn't going to be one of the super battle cruisers, so I'm not going to go extreme like the 18-inch guns. No, what I'm going to be doing is... In an ideal world, I'd be doing the 15s, because 15-inch is my favourite caliber of guns. But in a... I much more prefer the aesthetics. It would go to the 16, because the 16 here is aesthetically a lot better than the 15s. Like, $16, $15. But regardless of whatever one I choose, it is going to be a twin turret. You know what? I'm going to take capability over I'm going to take personal liking of the caliber over my hatred of the aesthetics. In an ideal world, it would sort of have the aesthetics that Vanguard's turrets and Warspite's turrets had. No, they need a bigger barbette. Again, it's aesthetics, they need a bigger barbette. You know what? Fuck it, this is my design. Aesthetics are better for me than actual capability. This design that will be going to my aesthetic choices, so... And then I use the enlarged superimposed, so enlarged superimposed. Centerline, 16 twin 16s. Hold on a second, could I Agincore it? Yes. I can Agincore. Those of you who know Royal Navy ships know exactly what I'm doing by this point already. I'm Agincoring this ship. I'm giving her as close to Agincourt layout as I can. So, it's going to have 710-line guns. That's going to just be a fact of life with this ship. It's going to have 710-line guns. Nothing is going to stop it from having 710-line guns. Right. Now this thing, I want to have it at 41 knots. Like, for me, 41 knots would be sort of like the best speed to get for this ship, and then call it a day at 41 knots. Yeah, efficiency is a slight problem at 41. Also got a weight offset to contend with. Four spoilers gives me the efficiency I want, but I honestly don't want that much in smoke interference. 41's the dream, but 39 is the reality. 41's the dream, 39's the reality. Weight layouting. God, I'm loving this design already. Like, one thing I like about doing this series of building ships for Brother Monro is that I actually get to use hulls I never got to use before in this game for multitudes of reasons. Now, a preferred ship of mine would have the turtleback armor. Controversial, I know, but I'd much prefer turtleback over all or nothing. Coincidence rangefinder with Generation 3 radar. Armor belt 11 with 4s on the original extendeds. 3s actually, because this is... yeah, 4s, because this isn't all or nothing. Deck would be 8-inch, with the extended being all or nothing, essentially like a turtleback all or nothing mix. Superstructure 1 inch, conning tower removed, especially as this is a British vessel, and historically British vessels didn't have a conning tower in this era. 2-inch, inch and a half, 16-inch guns, 15 protected, 5, 15, 16 on the barbettes. 6-inch, 6, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. You're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. reaching out for something to hold, looking for a love. Climate is cold, valley moves and drowsy dreams, living in the middle between the two extremes. Smoking guns, hot to the touch, cool down if we'd using so much, yeah. So alone, so really matters to me. Too much, you're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Oh, you know what? I'm going up to full 82,000 tons because turns out 77,000 isn't going to work out nicely. Gives me the ability to fix the offset. Gives me the ability to put another 6-inch, not 5-inch. Now I'll just put a 6-inch there and do that slightly more forward again and try and get the 6 on the wings here as well. Even if it's just aesthetically getting them in. There we go. Right, we're overweight still, regardless. Regardless of my just talking around with stuff there. So, main deck is going to turn down a 7-inch, and then range is going to be taken down a notch, and then Battlecruiser's silence is completed. With everything I wanted on the ship, which is awesome indeed. And yeah. Oh. We now actually move on to a nation that doesn't have a super ship. No, not the French. We've already given them their super ships of Condor 2 and I can't do Germany as Monro's playing as Germany. The Americans, we already did the Americans. Soviet Union, oh, here's the Viktor Belenko I mentioned earlier in the stream. Isn't it beautiful with its 177 guns? And then I also gave them a battle cruiser, which is named after their biggest embarrassment in their history, Tsushima. Right, moving on, swiftly on. The Italians, yeah, I better get these guys done before Avocado gets here, if he ever appears, because Avocado has already made many requests of me to let him do the Italians. So, for the Italians, essentially we are prioritizing speed over everything else, as that's the Italian way things go. So On this ship, we must at least get 45 knots of speed. If we cannot get 45 knots of speed, then there shall be a problem. Now, the Italians, I have lots of choices of what gun to use, like all other nations, but the Italians are known for historically using triple 15-inch guns. I am going to disregard that and go with twin 16s in a ABX layout. I will still regard their historical layouting of ABX, don't get me wrong. I love the Italian ships. If UAD had a statistic thing, you would see that the Italians have been my most played nation in the game. Now, I've made a requirement of this thing that all turrets must be 360 rotatable, of main caliber turrets that is. And then 6-inch there and there. And to make you 360 rotatable within the parameters we can allow, you'll get propped up on a barbette, sort of like historical Italian ships. And then another 6-inch gun there. Now this is an Italian ship. With it being Italian, there is only one excusable type of gun that can be used. This single gun look is the only gun look allowed because it's of major secondary guns outside of your 6-inch guns that were initially put on the ship. It's the rule in the Italian rulebook that after you put your 6-inch guns in place, everything else must be single-barreled in that layout, and then anti-aircraft guns, which is what these 2-inch are representing. Well, more anti-aircraft than just the what the 3-inch are representing, which was the Italians' actual anti-aircraft guns of the 90mm. Shaft 5, Auxiliary 2, standard bulkheads. Again, this is the Italians. We prioritize everything that has speed in the name. If it doesn't have speed in the name, then you don't matter to us much. Anti-torpedo, you don't have speed in the name, you don't matter. Barbette, you don't have speed in the name, you don't matter. Hull, double bomb at least. Like, come on. I at least care somewhat about my ship. But again, we're Italian. If speed isn't in the equation of high priority, then something has gone massively wrong. Now this thing is going to be in an all or nothing layout, so... And then deck armor isn't even going to be that good. Well, by rule of the way standards, deck armor is actually good, but... I'll at least give you an inch there. Same there. Okay, and range goes down. Welcome everyone to the game of sacrifice, where we sacrifice something for something a lot better. And that sacrifice of one thing is our turret, is our main guns. The one thing better, speed and power. Essentially, the Italians are going off of the teachings of Jeremy Clarkson of speed and power is best over everything else. Right. Okay, 45 isn't going to work. 44. 44 works. Right, there we go. Italian. Italian battlecruiser Pasta. Right. Now should I actually go serious and just do a serious, Right. Yeah, I'll do an actual serious ship now. I'm a new person. I'm no longer, insisting that the Italians sacrificed everything for speed and... Well, they did sacrifice everything for speed, but, there's... Bar the point, Right, so... In actual Italian super battleshipness, for me, is going to be... Twin funnels. 28 knots is fine. Of the super battleships that we have in existence, this thing is still going to be the fastest of them all. It's going to be the fastest so far. Now, yes, Italy has joined the super battleship revolution of 20-inch guns or bust. Right, so can 6-inch fit on there? Please tell me yes, please tell me yes, please tell me yes. Yes, it can. just can't rotate. Yeah, 6-inch will only be on the bottom end of that. Increase our beam. Okay, could 5-inch fit there and rotate? At the top it can. Center one, no. At center console is really the big no, but side mounted barbette factor. Right, I'm actually happy with that. I'm happy with that layout for this ship. And then still get a larger sort of one, but not as large as that gigantic one. And then let's fit the twin 20 on it. Fit the twin 20. Can I fit a dual barbette for medium guns? No, it gets caught up with the 20-inch. Never mind. And why did I go twin? R6s and triples. This thing's going to be a bit nose heavy, so I used huge superimposed barbette there. Yeah, I'm going to go down to the huge superimposed barbette. Still fits the gun, but I can then tighten up the front a little bit more, which will be better for the ship's survivability. Because I can possibly then get away with thicker belt, because there's less space that the belt is actually taking up. I know there would be definitely better stability on the ship. Anti-torpedo 4. The Italians only invested a double bomb for this thing. This thing is all or nothing. Good anti-flooding. This thing's gonna be a picture, definitely. We're already going overweight. Six, 8, 4, 4. No, this is all or nothing, and the belt is set up. The extended on the belt is set higher than I normally do for an all or nothing ship because of really how thick the main belt is in the first place. So 20-inch gun only at 20-inch up, 2010, 15. I found where the problem with a not valid barbette was. Two. Right, there we go. That's the barbette filled, and then I gotta replace those two 666s in place there. And there. I need to replace that 20-inch gun as well. I see what I have to do now. And then I have to get the 6-inch in on that side like that. Just as on a vacation far away, come for us to talk it over. So many things I would like to say. You know I like us a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. And then having to replace that 6. And then I had to replace B-turret as well, because I thought that was the imposement that caused the problem as well, but no it wasn't. But I didn't know that until we're at this very moment, but right. But then once this ship is done, then there's only the Austro-Hungarians left to do a super ship for, if I remember correctly. Right, there we go. Shells, capitalistic incendiaries are okay. Standard ratio. This thing, SILEFT. The rover. It's a heavy picture, but it will do. Now, speaking of the last nation that needs a super ship, done to it. A nation that would have never really gotten a super ship in reality, but who cares? I don't. Yeah, I'll go with that for the ship. This thing is going to be 96,000 tons in displacement. Now, Austro-Hungary isn't going to go like the others and go into quad guns, or are they going into 20-inch? No, the biggest caliber they get is 16/16. They essentially get a mini Montana at 26 knots. They're a little behind on stuff that's going to mainly appear in the armor on this thing. Like, this thing is essentially being middle of the road on a lot of stuff. Turtleback, as this is mainly a German-looking design, which would be somewhat historical of Austro-Hungary to go off German designs because they were allies historically. I think this might actually be the first of my super ships that comes within weight. Congratulations, everyone! I have proven well, congratulations me. I've proven I can make a super ship and keep it within displacement limits I have set for it. S-I-L-E-N-T. Not named. Not named because I'm not even going to think of a name for it. I'm just going to call it a day. Austro-Hungary super ship is done. Which means we are done with all the nations that need a super ship. Which means I can go to one nation and focus on doing their ships again in the next episode, because I'm burned out today for UAD, so hope you enjoyed Sun Service Going Silent.